Namaskaram everyone, from Astrology here, and today I would like to discuss what everyone in the mainstream media seems to be discussing about what they're calling the Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, which is occurring today, and let's get right into it. So as you can see right here, this is as of 1:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can see right here that Jupiter and Saturn are at an exact conjunction here at 6 degrees 20 minutes of Capricorn. Now, you've heard a lot of things astronomically in the news about this conjunction and how long it's been, rare occurrence, all those things. But what does it mean in Vedic astrology? Being the most benefic graha planet in Vedic astrology, what Jupiter symbolizes are all things that are auspicious in Vedic astrology. Energies, auspicious energies like knowledge, highest wisdom, law, gurus, spirituality in general, religion and belief systems, philosophy, literature, among many other energies. But these are the quote-unquote bread and butter qualities of Jupiter. Food is also one of them, by the way, which is why I use the bread and butter analogy there. No pun intended. Saturn, as you can see right here, Saturn in Capricorn represents energies of delays, frustration, restrictions, limitations, anxieties. In terms of people, it represents authority figures. Very common example of authority figure would be your boss at your workplace, as well as someone who is like a father figure, someone who has authority over you in one way or another, whether it's moral authority, workplace authority, someone that you report to, okay? Someone who's in charge. Saturn is also our karmic debt from our past life, and the easiest way to really know this is simply the fact that you exist in the world today. Because if you had fulfilled your karma from your previous life, you wouldn't be here. The reason we are simply here is because we did not fulfill our karma from the previous life, and we are here again to make another attempt to fulfill our karma so that perhaps we can be fortunate enough to not get reincarnated and be sent to whatever is the creation, the source of creation. People have so many different names, right? Most commonly referred to as God, but those are just labels. Those are just words. But that there is a source of energy, and that is where that is what the ultimate goal is, right? It's to be going back to the energy source. So, moving forward, among many other elements of Saturn, it also embodies hard work, tremendous efforts, and perseverance. Tremendous efforts through perseverance is the embodiment of Saturn, of what Saturn represents. Now we have these two grahas or planets in an exact conjunction in Capricorn. Okay, so this conjunction occurs approximately every 20 years. Now that's in all different signs, right? Every 20 years this conjunction happens. But specifically within Capricorn right here, which is the 10th Rashi or 10th sign right here, that occurs about almost 59, you could round it up to approximately 60 years. So relatively speaking, it is considered rare. So now to the big question, what does this mean? Well, rest assured that in true Vedic Jyotish, Vedic astrology, as well as in spirituality in general, there is no such thing as, quote, good and bad. When you hear people discuss these energies in those very rudimentary ways, you can be sure that they really don't know what they're talking about. And when you hear people discuss these energies in those very rudimentary ways, that's an indication in and of itself that quite honestly, they don't know what they're talking about. There really is no such thing as, quote, good and bad. Everything is just is. Okay, these are all energies of different kinds. They simply exist. And characterizing them as good and bad is just a very limited and frankly ignorant way of how a human being views the world around them. That's simply what it is. You may not like hearing that, but quite often people don't like hearing the truth. But that's simply true. These energies exist. They have a balance. There's a reason for all these energies. One balances the other. It's all about having a balance. You can't have one of something and have creation. Everything is balanced in the universe. Everything is orderly in the universe. Everything runs on time. Everything, like clockwork. It's in a universe that is infinite, beyond measure. Everything is balanced. That being said, Saturn's energies will hold the power over Jupiter here. Now, the reason for that is because Saturn is in its own sign of Capricorn, so it will have the quote upper hand in this conjunction. It will have the power over Jupiter in this conjunction. Now, interestingly enough, there are signs where planets get their strongest true power, their true strength, based on what they actually represent, and then 180 degrees away, they get their weakest. So, as you can see here, right, Jupiter is currently in Capricorn. Jupiter is actually at its weakest state in Capricorn. So what that means is all the energies that I previously stated about Jupiter, the basic things of Jupiter, they won't be strong. They will be weak in Capricorn. Because Jupiter gets its strength right here. Its highest strength, the most powerful that it can be is in Cancer, right here. So now it's 180 degrees away from Cancer, meaning that it's going to be at its weakest. Now Saturn being there in its own sign, this creates something called a Nicha Bhanga yoga. Nicha Bhanga means the lowest form, and yoga means union. So this creates a union of Jupiter and Saturn where, while if Jupiter was here by itself, it would be considered very weak, but since it's here with Saturn, which is very strong, it actually offsets that weakness of Jupiter. It's actually going to, with time, give power to Jupiter. Now, Saturn, with what it embodies, energies that were mentioned previously about Saturn, perseverance, limitations, restrictions, frustration, anxiety, right? Saturn's energies will hold power over Jupiter in this conjunction because of Capricorn. Okay? Consequently, this conjunction will delay things of Jupiter, which were mentioned earlier. It will delay, block, cause frustration, cast doubt over our personal moral belief systems. Consequently, this conjunction will delay things of Jupiter, as mentioned earlier. It will delay, it will block, it will cause frustrations, it will cast doubt about our personal moral belief systems, about acquiring knowledge and education, creating friction with authority, especially with your bosses, people that you report to, teachers, gurus, anyone that has some level of authority within society over you. It's going to cause friction, frustrations with those people, with that dynamic, with that relationship. On the other hand, if Saturn is strong in your birth chart, which is referred to as a Kundali in Sanskrit, it will give you tremendous focus and perseverance towards accomplishing your goals, especially in relation to your career and achieving some level of recognition for those efforts. Now, I'd like to show you a case study of this, and the most famous case study of this conjunction that I personally know of and have studied and analyzed is President Barack Obama's birth chart. Now, I'm going to bring it up right here. It's President Obama's birth chart, born August 4th, 1961. The time has been tested, so I know this is the accurate time, 7:24 p.m. in Honolulu, Hawaii. And this year, in the birth chart, it's called the first house, also commonly referred to as the ascendant. And as you can see, Saturn, Jupiter, Capricorn. President Obama was born with a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in Capricorn in his first house. With a very tight conjunction, as you can see, Jupiter here is 7 degrees 32 minutes, Saturn's 2 degrees even. So approximately 5 degrees, which is a pretty tight conjunction, meaning the two planets are within 5 degrees in the sky when he was born in Capricorn. So this is a great example of someone who has this, especially in the ascendant, because that's going to affect the entire personality of this person, the entire life of this person. So what does this conjunction mean for President Obama? As intelligent and as determined as President Obama is, if you know anything about his biography, he had to go through many, many obstacles and struggles in life as this conjunction, especially being in the first house, the ascendant. It's going to affect every part of your life. In the first house, in the ascendant, so this conjunction in the first house, especially in the first house or the ascendant, will cause many delays in one's belief system and especially in one's education and career up until the age of, usually up until the age of the early 30s, mid 30s, where this conjunction will start showing positive results. So President Obama has himself disclosed that he struggled with addiction early in his life, which he admitted was one of his biggest moral failures. But with this delay and struggle came tremendous focus, discipline, patience, and perseverance, which made him the most powerful and influential person in the entire world. You notice the R, right? Next to Saturn and Jupiter, both of them have this R right here. That R means retrograde. And retrograde means that at the time of his birth, these two planets were at their closest proximity to Earth. And when that happens, the results of the planets within their respective signs will have profound results, not just results as I spoken of earlier, but will actually be much more profound. And what that does is it acts like a catalyst, and it will give results faster. So tremendous, not just struggles with belief systems and education and delaying things, but tremendous struggles, tremendous delays, tremendous limitations and restrictions. But on the other hand, like I said, everything is balanced, right? Now, yes, it created more profound negative results in the beginning, but it acts like a catalyst. So the karmas were burned much quicker, and that's why President Obama had such tremendous victories and successes at a relatively early age. I mean, think about it. He became a senator at age 44, president at 48. For someone like himself who had to rise from the bottom, from just pure struggle. And relatively speaking, age 44 senator and age 48 president, that's fairly young. That's fairly young to accomplish such tremendous feats in one's life. Having said that, this conjunction and these energies are prevalent now. And let's go back to what's happening now. Okay, this is today, as of today. This conjunction and these energies are prevalent now and will be for almost a year. It's important to know where this conjunction is occurring in your birth chart and how it will affect your life for the next year. It's going to have a huge impact on everyone's life. What kind of impact will it have? Well, I would love to tell you. And if you're interested and you'd like to know, please, you can always DM me. And if you'd like to start a conversation about how this is going to affect you and those that are in your life, I will be more than happy to have that conversation. And I would like to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Much appreciated. I'm always there for any other questions. Please contact me, DM me anytime you'd like. And please stay safe. Namaskar. Thank you.